family member and they said, have you watched this show? It's called Loving Huntsville, and it's about Black excellence. I'm like, no. Own network, because I was a bravo, right? I'm like, well, let me go over here and see what they're talking about. And I've been hooked ever since. But I was not a YouTube person. Oh my God, she is getting, her ass kicked on this show. And she don't have any backup. Started cheering, but I was a little scared, so I didn't turn on the camera. And I'm shaking. I didn't turn on the camera. And I started to back up. And then I said, wait a minute. Because I'm going to go after the snake. And when you go after the snake, you gotta chop it off at the head. So I'm going to need some backup. And that's how I came to develop the cows. And they're all here tonight. And of course, we're all mellow. With that being said, when I look at you, I think I know. I think we know you, but we don't. So my first question to you is, what is your biggest asset as a woman?
I think my biggest asset as a woman is my fearlessness. I've never been afraid to step out the box, to try new things, and I've never been afraid to stand up for myself and speak up for myself. I know sometimes people feel like she ain't standing up, she ain't doing enough. Let me tell you something. When I'm quiet, that's when you should be very afraid. When I post #bet, that's when you should be very afraid. Shanita just went on a whole trip with me. Shanita, should they be there? She saw another side. Be very afraid. Let me tell you all something. I am in no shape, form, or fashion intimidated by the powers to be. They're not afraid to walk in or walk away. And I ain't going to talk about you because this one right here will convince you not to walk away from stuff. But I think she kind of did it a little bit now. I'm not afraid to step in or walk away and try new things or leave things that are no longer fulfilling my purpose. So my fearlessness is definitely one of my strongest assets.
I love it because that leads me to my next question.
That's it! Yeah! So many questions, girl!
No, I'm serious. So my next question is going to be, what 3 words or what phrase would describe you most? If you had to describe yourself, and you just said fearless, what would be the other 2?
I would say resilient. Yeah. Resilient, fearless, and motivated. I'm highly motivated when it comes to the things that I want to do because I know if I'm blessed, I'm able to be a blessing to others. I've said it many times before when I became a millionaire at 25, multi-millionaire at 28, started a business from the ground up, have not dissolved those and created multi-million-dollar businesses all over again from the ground up. I'm motivated to be blessed so I can bless others, and my level of giving is not going to happen if I don't have the income to be able to do that. So that motivates me, creating a legacy for my children motivates me, and I'm resilient because out of everything I've gone through, all the backstabs, all the talking about, all the trying to drag the lies, the everything, I'm still standing, and I may say so myself, I feel good. There's a quote I used to say all the time, because people don't know, I was a pageant girl, so I did pageants and I did talent shows. I was always out in the public, but one thing when I would write essays for competitions, one of my quotes way back in middle school was, beauty on the inside is far more important than beauty on the outside. And that has stuck with me. This exterior is just a shell that God gave me to enter the rooms that I need to enter to be able to say the things that I need to say and get the things done that I need to get done. My interior matters more than anything. How I treat people, my integrity, how I move, how I walk, how I talk to people. That's more important to me than anything. So beauty on the inside. I know you said 3 words and you said 4 quotes. I'm going to give you all of it. Quote, beauty on the inside is far more important than beauty on the outside.
and we neglect the inside and what people feel is the inside, because you can't trick the spirit. And that's why I think a lot of us in this room resonate with you. So you can fill in the blank. I want you to fill in the blank for me. If I knew then what I know now, I would blank.
When is when?
Uh-oh.
And I'm like, I may not when is then, because I mean there could be several layers of the thens if I knew then what I know now. So what's the then?
Let's hit you.
Whew, okay, I'm not feeling this on my spirit. If I knew then what I know now, I would have been more careful and possessing a higher intuition, which I now have, but I didn't have then. But if I knew then what I know now, there are things and people who are attached to me that wouldn't even be able to be in the same space as me. And I don't want it to sound ugly, but when you look at where it is that you're going, there are some people who are not serving and pushing you there. So what are they in your space? Holding up space. So when I look around this room and I see all of this beautiful black excellence, there are some people who are missing. They weren't supposed to be here. So now I thank God for the detachment. I thank God for the isolation. I thank God for the removals, right? Where it hurt at sometimes I don't lie, sometimes it hurt. I've had my days where I cried, where I felt sad, where I was like, why? I ain't doing anything to do, right? But then I got to the point where I had to realize, hold on, baby. Hold on. You had to go through that so that now your discernment and your intuition, you don't trust it out there better.
Okay with that? I'm just gonna be honest. I think you've been up against a lot. And there's been times I've watched you from afar, and I think I was flung on somebody else's foot. I'm sorry. Yes, I am. Listen, we won't start, but we will finish. But I love the way you finish, because it's always clean. It's a clean sweep. It's good. You've never betrayed yourself. You've always remained true to who you are. And Ms. Mayor, we thank you.
Yes.
It's like the Sierra's prayer, but the mother's prayer.
Yes.
I said I need a little bit of that.
Yeah, because there are, as you guys, you've only witnessed what I would say, you've only witnessed half of it. There's so much more that you have no idea about. So the fact that I don't have a mugshot, I'll put it that way. The fact that I don't have a mugshot, and I know sometimes some of y'all have looked and been like, Melanie, she do something. Why did she do something? So I can get a mugshot? My babies need me. But there have been times when I literally have had to lean on my mother's prayer, lean on my grandmother, my great-grandmother, my great-great-grandmother, our ancestral prayers to keep me still and to trust that God was handling it. Because at times, I'm going to tell y'all, my close friends know I be ready to go sometimes. I have to get up in the room. It's been a while since I've had to do this. I got better. Thank you, God. But I just have to get up in the room and run a circle in my room to calm my energy down. Because I was ready to go do something. Just keep it at 100. So the fact that I'm here with no mugshot in my right mind, I suffer from depression, living my life, enjoying every day that I wake up, feeling good about myself, able to give back to others, bless other women. Man, what I look like in the mugshot when I can do all these other amazing things.
You were not what you just said. You had to get up sometimes and do a couple of laps around your room. I don't know if any of you are Peloton fanatics, but I am. And if you ever worked out with Adrian, and when you become really exhausted, he said, take a victory lap. Yeah. So even though it was actually a victory lap, when you think about the symbolism of it, and I I think about what you said. You said there were times I didn't want to get up. But the point is you got it. And you finished the race. And when you think about, if you knew then what you know now, you had no idea that you would be here today, what would you say to your younger self as you prepare for this moment? And everything that smacks you in the face, everything that picks you up, everything that helps you, your prayers, everything, I'm talking everything. What would you say?
You will win. Because when you're in it, sometimes you don't go in. So I can tell myself then, my younger self, I would say, baby girl, you gonna win. You gonna win. Hill, you gonna win. But again, whenever you're going through, that's the enemy's job, is to make you feel defeated. And this is when it becomes so important to surround yourself with people who gonna tell you, girl, I did what you can too. You're gonna be okay. Come on, get on up out that bed, let's go. I went to my brother's house for a little while. I had one day, I was doing pretty good, but one day I was just real sad and crying. He said, okay, I'm gonna let you have the day. But after the day now you get on up. You have to have people like that in your life. So you will win. I'm telling all of y'all in this room, no matter what you're going through, no matter how hard it looks, I know the world is cruel. Other side of the door. Stand fast. Stand true to who you are. Stand true to who you are. I've met over 800 entrepreneurs in the past 2 years. There's one of them. Many of them are designed from their 9 to 5s. I pour into them knowledge about an industry, but I also pour into them what they can do and not to let fear make them feel like they can't. We are creating generational wealth. We're creating legacy. We are changing mindsets. And once you begin to remove the things that are attached to you that shouldn't be, and maybe shouldn't have ever been, then you will walk boldly in your purpose.
Are we taking the upper collection? We're going to pass the plate up. Okay? PhilHarper.com. Listen, that is just so beautiful and it's real. And I feel the power and the energy behind it. Speaking of power and energy, your life has been a reel and a highlight that has played out in front of all of us. What has been your biggest highlight as it relates to your life? It can be personal, professional, behind the scenes. What comes to mind?
My biggest highlight is when, I'm trying to cry, is when I see my babies and they are proud of me and they tell me that. When they do the things they see I do, because it's inspiring them even at their small ages, all the way from sugar mama putting on my heels and my wigs and getting a whole model color turned on. Mariah walking in with a poster that said something about victory on it, and Mama, this for you from a book that Tank let them know, oh, y'all ain't gonna mess with my talk loud, y'all Those things, those moments mean everything to me, because it lets me know that my life being the beauty of my life, the scars in my life, being put out in the forefront, in the public, right, has also shown my children what the strength of a person looks like. For my 3 daughters, what the strength of a woman looks like. For my son, how a woman should be treated and how I better not treat a woman if I want her to stay with me. So it's literally, we were riding the other day and they always taking turns on music, and before I knew they were playing my songs. And I was like, wow. They really, really support their mom. And that means everything to me. I
think it's beautiful because when it comes to black women, a lot of times a man is used as a weapon against you. Because the first thing you want to hit her where it hurts, you say that's why you don't have a man. So a lot of women have been conditioned to suffer in silence when it comes to broken promises, matters of the heart. He didn't treat me in the way that I should be treated. And I think what you did is you came out and you gave women permission to speak, to talk, to cry. Because I don't see you cry. I don't know the damage and how that impacted you. So it's okay, ladies, to let him see how you hurt me. But I also need to let you see this come up.
Right.
So I ain't blocking nobody. Because I want you to walk patient. And that's what you've done. You have not hidden your glory from anyone. And I think it's a beautiful testament to faith.
Amen.
I think it's a beautiful testament to prayer. I think it's a beautiful testament to sisterhood. With that being said, we're going to get a little messy. All right?
Another thing really quickly that I just thought of as you were speaking, when I, walking away from what some people would have said, oh my gosh, no, maybe it was 3 months at when I had 4 children, a little small from 3 months, and, all of what looks great, right? When I see, watching social media, the example, well, I'm going to say lack thereof, that our young women have on choosing themselves. I see these celebrities who keep going back into situations to be hurt and to be embarrassed again versus choosing themselves. I said, my God, goes back to purpose. Goes back to purpose because then I say I'm here on television, I'm in the spotlight, everybody's seen, my entire life at this point. And I'm showing women what it looks like and that you can be okay walking away. Because there are so many influencers, singers, rappers, 1 minute they broke up, 3 weeks later they're back together. And I'm like, dang, I was rooting for you, girl. Show our women that you ain't never seen that mess. I was rooting for you. And then they go back. So I receive and accept the calling of showing those women who choose self versus the relationship or situationship that looks good, that they're suffering, where they're suffering in silence, where they're not really happy, where they know that they're not being valued. I'm showing that you can walk away and be okay. Purpose work.
Right.
I love that. I think a lot of women may hesitate to move forward because when you think about life, it's a canvas. And oftentimes we approach it like we have to create a masterpiece. And all you have to do is just paint. And I think that's what you did, and you navigated through. And you just painted, and you painted. And when we show up today with Mimosas with Melody, this is the masterpiece on the side of that. One more question.
Yeah, go
Okay.
I think that's a little messy question. You said it was messy.
I'm going to warm you up for it.
Oh, gosh, okay.
So we're talking about masterpieces. So when it comes to congratulations on your partnership with Nubian, you're very welcome. From the lens of a producer, in your opinion, what's missing in reality television?
She's trying to be messy for real, ain't she? What I feel is missing is the same thing that's not being captured tonight.
Yeah. Right. Absolutely.
Just being honest, I sat by my good friend Hill and he said, hey, so the camera's gonna be here filming for the show. I said, He said, well, I said, I don't know, I can't tell. I don't know if they want this.
Right.
I mean, just being honest. So, that's what's missing.
My final
That's all I
question.
got to say about that one.
Before you drop the line, I have one more.
Yes.
Kingdom reign or Celtic crown?
Well, pride myself on, I say it all the time, integrity, working to show positivity, and literally that's where I want to be. You know, I want to be in a space where I am bringing material that inspires, bringing material that's real, but at the end of the day, there's a resolve, there's inspiration, there's empowerment. So at Tilted Crowns Productions, that's what we're focused on, you know, and then really I'll tell you, the type of business came from shortly after I left my marriage. I ain't want to live in Huntsville, so I ain't want to decorate no house. I ain't want to do nothing, want nothing hardly in that house. When Michelle came to Huntsville, she said, now come on here now, we finna go get some stuff, we finna fix your crown, you know. She come every time we come to Huntsville, there's something that's new in there, you know, but tilted crowns, we all go through situations, especially as women, where sometimes the crown may, you know, get a little tilted, but you got somebody standing beside you, fixing your crown for you. Fixing your crown for you. Those are your real friends, that's your real team. Those are your real partners. You know, those people who will get in the mud with you. She took me right on down to some stores and made me go, got bars and everything. But I was literally at a point where, you know, we all go through those different emotions where you're sad, you're depressed, and you're okay, then you're not. And so Tilted Crowns Production has a meaning, a God-given meaning, a God-given purpose, and we're just getting started. So buckle up.
That's one thing I love about you. You've never grown bigger than your audience when it comes to your persona, your success. You move and you move with us, and I've been watching you for a while. I see if somebody speaks, you speak back. And when I think about Tilted Crown, and I said, I'm going to be able to listen to it, because when a queen's crown is tilted, it's because she's moving. She's moving. In order for it to stay on, you're standing still. Poised, you're not making momentum, you're not evolving. So I think that's a perfect thing for you. And with that being said, thank you for allowing me to interview you.
We're going to take some questions from the audience as well. Who's got my mic? Oh, there we go. So, perfect. You guys can have a seat. Thank you. You're good. You guys can have a seat. Yeah. Oh, that's going to be And we're going to take about 5 minutes to do some questions.
Oh my gosh. Ew.
Hold on, 20.
Huh?
Hold on, 20. Hold on.
What'd you say?
I said, hold on, 20. Hold on, please.